Right, so here we have a past examination question for the topic of investment appraisal. This question belongs to October November 2025, paper 41. So let's read the question and try to complete the solution for this. So over here it says that the directors of X Limited are considering making a new product P, which requires a specialized machine. The directors are also considering whether to buy a new machine or to upgrade an old machine. A staff member has prepared the following estimates. Alright. And the requirements, we are expected to calculate the net present values of new machine and the upgraded machine. So let's read the data and let's try to complete the NPV for the new machine and the upgraded one. So the new machine would cost 400,000 and it has no residual value, right? And the upgraded machine would cost 220,000 for the upgradation with no residual value. About the sales revenue, it says that it would be 260,000 in year 1 and would subsequently increase in the upcoming years. In year 2 it would increase by 170,000, then further by 150,000. And the sales revenue generated each year by both machines is the same. Alright. About the operating cost, it says that these operating costs are exclusive of depreciation. Now one thing that we need to keep in our mind, that whenever we are solving the question for NPV, we are always supposed to plot the cash flows. Depreciation, even though it is an expense, but it is a non-cash expense. It never results in actual outflow of cash. So we never consider it as an expense or as an outflow when making the calculations for NPV. Alright, so over here it says that 160,000 in year 1, the operating cost would be. Then it would further increase by 80,000 in year 2. Further addition of 100,000 in year 3. An additional repair and maintenance cost of 81,000 each year is required for the upgraded machine. So when we'll be calculating the NPV for upgraded machine, so we have an additional cash outflow of $81,000 each year. Further, it says that X Limited has a cost of capital of 10%. Cost of capital is simply the rate of return that is expected or that is required by the investor. Let's say if you are investing $100,000 in a business and your cost of capital is 10%, this means that you are expecting a $10,000 return on this investment. Simply, this is the meaning of cost of capital. Alright, let's try to solve this question. Let me prepare a format for the calculation of NPV. Okay, so let's write down all the years. Year 0, we have year 1, year 2 and year 3, and we always start with the initial investment. So the initial investment over here for the new machinery, we are solving this for part A1. So initial investment for the new machinery is $400,000. So it's an investment, it's an outflow from our side, so we'll be writing this as a negative number. Then we have some inflows in form of sales, which for year 1 is 260,000. In year 2 this will increase by 170,000. This should add up to $430,000, and then a further increase of 150,000. So in year 3 the revenue should be 580,000. After this we'll be considering our operating costs, and these operating costs over here, they are our outflow, so again negative numbers. So in year 0 we don't have any operating cost. In year 1 the operating cost is 160,000, which will increase by 80,000, so it should be 240,000 in year 2, and an additional 100,000 in year 3, so this should add up to 340,000 in year 3. Alright, so I think we have plotted all of the relevant cash flows over here. So let's calculate the net cash flows for each year. So for year 0, the net cash flow is simply $400,000. For year 1, it is $100,000 of cash inflow. For year 2, this is $190,000. And for year 3, this should be 580 minus 340. So this is $240,000. The next step over here is to multiply these numbers with the cost of capital, the discount factor over here. So the discount factors are provided and the relevant discount factors are of 10% over here. So let's use that. For year 0, the discount factor would be 1, and in future this would reduce by 0.909, 0.826 and 0.751. Alright, let's calculate the present values. So year 0, this would be 400,000. For year 1, this should be 100,000 into 0.909. This is 90,900. Then this should be 190,000 into 0.826. So this is 156,940. Then 240,000 into 0.751. So this will be 180,240. Finally, we have to calculate the net present value. For net present value, we will simply add all of these numbers that we have calculated. So the net present value should be minus 400,000 plus 90,900 plus 156,940 plus 180,240. So the net present value over here is $28,080. I hope you are able to understand this part. Let's move on to the second part. We have to calculate the NPV of upgraded machine now. So again, let's draw a format for this first. We will write down the years over here, year 0, year 1, year 2 and year 3. Again, we will write down the initial investment over here, which in case of upgraded machine was $220,000. So let's note that first. This is $220,000. Then of course we have cash inflows in the form of revenue, which are same. So this will be 260,000, 430,000 and 580,000. $260, 430 and 580,000. Then we have some outflows, first in the form of operating costs, which are again same over here. So we have 160, 240 and 340,000. 160, 240 and 340,000. All of these are our outflows. And then we had an additional expense over here, which was additional repair and maintenance cost of $81,000. So which repair and maintenance cost of $81,000 each year and is required for the upgraded machine. Alright, so we will also have repair and maintenance as well over here. So $81,000 outflow for each of the 3 years over here. Now we have plotted all of the relevant cash flows. So let's calculate the net cash flows first. So over here we have 220,000 in year 0, then 260 minus 160 minus 81. In year 1 we have $19,000. In year 2 we have 430 minus 240 minus 81. This comes up to $109,000. Then we have 580 minus 340 minus 81. So we have $159,000. Again, we will multiply this number with the discount factors given over here. This is 1, this is 0.909, 0.826, and we had 0.751. So let's calculate the present values now. So we have 220,000, then we have 19,000.909, so it is 17,271. Then we'll take 109,000 and multiply it with 0.826. This should come up to 90,034. And then we have 159,000 into 0.751. So this should come up to 119,409. So let's calculate the net present values now. Minus 220,000 plus 17,271, 90,034, 119,409. So the net present value adds up to $6,714. I hope this part is clear to you as well. So let's keep it till here and we'll continue the part B and the further question in the next video.